In the annals of time, the year 476 AD stands out as a pivotal year in the course of human history. This was the year when the eternal city of Rome, once the heart of an empire that spanned 3 continents, found its glory fading into the pages of history. Rome in the 5th century AD was a city in transition. The once grand capital of the world was now a shadow of its former self. Its population had dwindled, its buildings were in disrepair, and the once thriving economy was in shambles. The city, which had once been the epicenter of culture, politics, and military power, was now on the verge of becoming a relic of a bygone era. The year began with the city under the rule of the Western Roman Emperor Julius Nepos. However, his reign was short-lived. By the summer, he was ousted by his own general, Orestes, who seized control of the city. But Orestes' reign too was short and tumultuous. By the end of the year, he was overthrown by the Germanic chieftain Odoacer, marking the end of the Western Roman Empire. The streets of Rome, once bustling with life, were now eerily quiet. The grand Roman baths, once the social hub of the city, were largely deserted. The once magnificent Colosseum, where gladiators fought for their lives and the entertainment of the crowds, now stood empty. The Roman Forum, once the center of political discourse, was now a place of silence and desolation. The Roman citizens, once proud and prosperous, were now living in fear and uncertainty. The city was under constant threat of invasion by barbarian tribes. The once revered Roman legions, which had secured the borders of the empire and maintained peace within its territories, were now a distant memory. The citizens lived in constant fear, not knowing if they would be the next to fall under the sword of an invading barbarian horde. The once vibrant economy of Rome was now in decline. Trade had slowed to a trickle. The once thriving markets where goods from all over the empire were bought and sold were now nearly empty. The Roman denarius, once a symbol of wealth and prosperity, was now practically worthless. Despite these hardships, life in Rome in 476 AD was not without its glimmers of hope. The city was still home to some of the greatest minds of the time. Scholars, philosophers and theologians continued to debate and discuss, keeping the flame of knowledge and wisdom alive. In a nutshell, life in Rome in 476 AD was a time of change and uncertainty. The city was in decline, its economy was in shambles, and its citizens lived in fear. Yet despite these hardships, the spirit of Rome, its culture and its intellectual prowess lived on. It was the end of an era, but also the beginning of a new chapter in the history of this eternal city.